Okay, you've got your codified core personal values established. That's great. You understand what SMART goals are. That's really good. Now, as we're going to start to write out our goals, as we're going to specify our goals, it's important that we ask ourselves some questions before we do this. This is going to bring clarity. It's going to help us potentially see some hiccups, some of those incongruencies that we've been learning about. And through this questioning process, it's going to get you in a position where you can really specifically then state your goal simply, right? Do all of the SMART goal things, make them measurable, meaningful, achievable, right? As if now, and then realistic and also ecological, responsible, and then timely. And so asking some of these questions is going to help you. So grab a pen and paper. I'll have these questions for you also as a download in your resource so you can kind of ponder it and take your time with them. But let's go through this right now. I'm just going to read some notes for you here. And these are things we want to ask ourselves as we're getting ready to establish our new goals and to write them out, okay? First thing you want to ask yourself is, what am I going to see, hear, and feel when I have this new goal? Now, the reason that that's important is because we want to start to implement some of these submodalities. This is an NLP technique. And this is how things get cemented in our neurology, remember, through all of our senses. So what are you going to see, hear, and feel when you've accomplished this new goal? You want to be in a place where you're literally letting your physiology experience that as you're getting ready to specify this goal. You want to make it compelling and you want to future pace it. So what you want to do is in that space, you want to be in a position where I say, when I achieve my goal by, and you specify, right, specify the date, I will be, I will hear, I will feel, I will see, and start to verbalize these things and list them out. And this is going to be really important in the next bonus course that we have included in this program for you, where we're going to create your own self-hypnosis audio suggestion. We're going to utilize and refer back to this list. So make sure these questions are written down and specific. Your next one is, you want to state it in a pretense of I have, I am, I do. And the linguistic value of this in goal setting is very, very important. Can't get into all of that in this program. That's an NLP program and it's another course. But linguistic power is incredible, especially as we use words to ourselves. All right? We want to state the outcome positively. You want to state specifically what it is that you want. You do not want to set goals in a way of, remember we learned about towards and away from? In the same way, you want your goals to be literally only detailing the things you want, not the things that you don't want, okay? It's really important. Where are you now in relation to this outcome? So this is about association. So you have this new goal. Where do you currently sit in regards to that goal? Let's just be clear and honest with ourselves as we're detailing this objective. If you had nothing else to do except to just start pursuing this goal, what would be the first thing that you do now, like in the next hour? What would be the first thing that you do tomorrow morning when you wake up? All right? Ponder that for a minute. Think about it. And as you address, if you had nothing else to do except focus on this solely and accomplishing this goal solely, what would be the very first thing you would do? That's your first action step. How will you know when you've achieved your goal? So we need to create it so specifically that there's no question mark that I did it, I accomplished it. So how will I know that I've achieved it? And write the answer to that question down. Is this congruently desirable? So now you're going to go back to your values list, okay? And does this new goal conflict with any of those values, or is it desirable in those values that you've elicited from yourself? The core values that you've now determined. Is this goal valuable in that way. I hope that makes sense to you. That's all what that whole values congruence piece is all about, okay? This goal has to be congruent with your core values. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do some different work to change our values if we really want to achieve this goal. Is this a self-initiated goal? Is it self-maintained? Or does somebody else have to be involved for this to actually happen? Is this solely reliant upon you, or are other people involved or other people's actions going to be required for you to achieve this goal? Where, when, how, and with whom do you want this goal? Again, this is just for explicitly creating clarity so that we can specify our goals. Hi, Dallas. All right. Now you want to establish resources about this new goal. What personal resources do you have currently that are going to assist you in helping with this goal? Have you ever done this before? Is it something you've done in the past and had success with? Is it something you've done in the past and didn't have success with? What resources didn't you have that you could have had that potentially would have helped you if that was a case where you didn't achieve last time? Do you know anybody else who has achieved this goal that you're after? This is where we might implement some modeling behavior, modeling mindset, modeling belief, modeling values, okay? Think about it as though you already have it right now. And what resources did you use to get this goal, to achieve this goal? Write that list out. Again, part of our SMART goal process, is it ecological? So is it good for you? Is it good for those around you? Is it going to be congruent with the type of person that you want to be? And then this is a linguistics kind of play. It's an activity that stimulates your unconscious. By asking these questions, it's going to help us bring some clarity. What will happen if you get the goal? What's going to happen if you get it? What won't happen if you get it? What will happen if you don't get it? And what won't happen if you don't get it? Write all these things out. Go ahead and download the document if you need to, and just be specific. Write it out as clear and as concise as possible, because we're going to be referring back to this once we get into our auto-suggestion and self-hypnosis module. So there you go. This is going to help you as we start to write out your goals, and I'll see you in the next course.